Okay, so I just thought I'd come on and we'll do a little tutorial on dotting tools and using them. Okay, now just remember, this is my way of doing things. Everybody has their own way of doing things. Everybody has their own technique that they develop when they do dotting. But yeah, so first of all, we've got our ball tools. Yeah, now you can get these on Temu. You can get them on Amazon. I like the Temu ones. I've got a few sets of those. They're actually pretty sturdy, and the balls seem to be a little bit different on them. But anyway, so we've got our ball tools, as you can see. Oh, I'm not used to this video business. So as you can see, you've got the bigger ball on the end and smaller ball on the other end. All right, so we'll do a couple of dots with that and I'll show you how we do it. So I've just got some paint here in a palette. So we just dip in our ball just like that, get enough paint on the end of it, and it's a bit hard to try and show you, but hang on, we'll go in a little bit further and see if we can see a bit better. Yeah, a bit better. Yep. So it's just a gentle touch to the surface. See? Just like that. And if you want to, you can keep going as I do for walking the dots. Just down, down, down. And as you go down, you get less and less paint on your tool. So as you can see, the dots get smaller. Now, that's our ball tool. I'll do it one more time because I know that there are some out there that are having a little bit of trouble. You can get bent ones. Some of the artists are making bent ones where they grab here and they get a little pair of pliers and they bend the tip. Sorry, bend the tip. But you've got to be careful that you don't break in here when you're doing that, because yeah, the force of trying to bend the tip. But apparently, so they say, it's actually easier to use a bent tool because you can actually see where you're putting your tool when it's bent. I don't have much trouble, so I don't bother. So we'll try with this end, which is the smaller end. And you know, just using a bit of cardstock like this is the best way to practice, because you can just get a bit of paint and dot. See? And then we'll do another one and dot. Another one and dot. So you're just dipping just like that, getting enough to paint on your tool. Whoop, going to tip my palette everywhere, and dot. These ball tools you can actually put down to the surface. They don't make the dot look funny, even if you do touch the surface with them. But just do it gently when you're doing it. Just gently dot, just like that. And if you've got more paint on the end of your tool, the bigger your dot's going to be. So if you just, so I'll give that a clean for a minute. Excuse my arm in the way. Give it a bit of a dry. So if we just put just the tip of the tool in like that, so we're not collecting a lot of paint, and we put it down, we get a smaller dot. Get a bit more than what I just got on just then. Put it down, you get a bigger dot. See the difference? That's the one I did with a little bit of paint. That's the one I did with a little bit of extra paint. That I dipped the tool a little bit extra in the paint. It's just a matter of practicing to get what you want. And it all comes down to pressure as well. The more pressure you're pushing down, the bigger your dot's going to be. So, for example, hang on. I'll get my other little tool that I love to bits. This thing you can get from Happy Dotting Company. This is the micro tool, like the needle tool. As you can see, the tip, oh, where are we? The tip is next to nothing. It's just like a needle tip on the end. Yeah, other end. It's got a little tiny ball on the end of it. See the little tiny ball? Yeah. So this tool is used for micro dotting. So we'll dip it in. We'll try purple. How about that? Just on the end like that. And you can do one like that and dip it again. And if you do it even less pressure as you're going down, get an even tinier dot. And then you can, if you want an even tinier one than that, don't dip your tool again. Just like that. See? See how small we can get? Micro dotting is awesome. I love micro dotting for filling in negative space. It's really good. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so we've got our ball tools. We've done those. And then we've got these big things. I don't even use this one. We'll go up a bit so we can see. All right, so these are originally, I don't know, where did a smaller one go? Hang on. I must have put it somewhere. Anyway, there's a smaller one, and I only use it. I don't use these ones. They're so big. They mainly have been made for clay. They're clay balling tools, but they've made their way into the dotting industry. Anyway, there's a smaller one, and it's the only one I use, and I can't find it. I don't know what I've done with it. But I don't use these three. They're so big. And we've got our other, like the Happy Dotting Company tools here, which I'll show you in a minute. So we really don't need these particular three out of the other ones. Some people do use them. Not so much. But we'll try this one here because I can't find my other one, which is smaller. But we'll use this one here just to give you a bit of a gauge of how we go. But it's the same thing. It's a large tool. You just dip the end, see? Dip the end, and we'll make it, slightly put it down. And we'll go in and show you. I'll do that again. Just slightly putting it in the paint. We don't have to put the whole thing in there, just the tip. See? Got a drip on it. And we just lightly touch the surface. Just like that. Yeah. You can use these for, if you want to, for walking the dots too, for bigger walking the dots. So just same thing. As you go along, you're going to run out of paint. Like it's going to lose out on paint. And you sort of see, the reason I don't like these ones for this is because see how the dot goes funny once the paint starts to run down. You'll get a funny shaped dot. Yeah. I don't like these ones. I like the smaller one of that bunch, which I wish I could find and show it to you, but I'm sure you've probably seen it. You may have it in your sets that you've bought from Amazon if you've bought one from Amazon. I think some of the sets from Temu have even got them. But yeah. Anyway, we'll move on. Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, there. It was sitting up the wrong way and I couldn't see it. See, here we go. This is my favourite tool out of those four. I use it a lot, as you can see with all the paint and stuff on it there. Yeah, so I use this a lot for filling. You know how I do my butterflies? I use this to pick up paint and fill them in like that. Filling in areas. And then I get my little, I'm telling you my secrets here. I get my little, this tool, and I'll edge it up and move the paint around like that. See? Fill in, it's like drawing, just filling in the edges like that. So you've got a solid colour. Anyway, enough about my secrets. That's telling you my secrets. Anyway, now, what was the next thing I was going to show you? Okay. Let's do a couple of swooshes before we move on to the happy dotting tools. So I use the big end of this, right? Dip him in the paint and drop him down. Now you just have to keep loading that little dot up, right? Loading him up with paint. You don't press down, just keep loading him up with paint. Like that. I'll give him a bit of a wash before put that there. Get your needle tool. This needle tool is really good for swooshes. Okay? Center here. Hang on, we'll go in a bit so you can see. Oh no, that was out. Hang on. Okay. Drag down. Okay, just drag down like that. Come to the side of your paint. And you just sort of fill it in. I'm not the best at swooshes, but I can do them. Now, took me a long time. And you just keep doing that till you get it to where you want. Just keep dragging that paint. Okay? Just drag it down till you make a little point. Yeah? It's just a matter of practice. Do you know, I've been doing this for nearly 12 months now, and it's only been in the last 2 months I've started doing swooshes. So don't be hard on yourself if you can't do one. And I just sit there and play, like, you know, just till I've gotten the shape that I want. Just lightly doing that until I get the shape that I want. Just a matter of being slow and patient with yourself. You're not going to just instantly do it. It just isn't going to happen like that. Okay? You've got to be patient and you've got to be slow and you just take your time. Just do it like that. Yeah? And I mean, you know how I did the flowers? How I've done them on my canvas and that? Well, I'll show you something. Okay, so I've done little circles. Let's see if we can turn that around that way a bit for a minute. Yeah? Right. So you make your circles. Now I've just drawn that with a stencil thing. Like, yeah. But you can use anything. You can get a lid of a paint bottle. Anything the size you want to make your flower, right? And then I just draw an asterisk. Just draw an asterisk. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. Just measure it out the best of your ability, okay? And the flower doesn't have to be perfect either, okay? So now you've got a flower guide. Pick up your paint with your tool. Put a little blob, yeah? Now these don't need, they might need a little bit extra paint, but you got to gauge it, okay? Draw down your line. Doesn't have to be pointing at the middle, at the bottom here, because they're all going to join together, and then when they're dry, you're going to put a bit of gold paint or something in the centre. So this is just a basic flower. This is a good way of practicing your swooshes too. Okay, I go and do each, so we'll do that one there, just gently touching the surface, yeah, like that, and like that, yeah. Sometimes you might need a little bit more. All right, I just hang on to my tool. Sometimes it drips on me, but I just hang on to it. Anyway, we turn that around. Make sure you've got your thin pointy side, not the one with the little ball on it. Drag to the side like this, and then just drag. Just like that. Yeah? And then we continue. Now, not all your swooshes are going to be the same in your little flower. Just do them all, and then you can fix them up so that they sit right. after you've done them. Sometimes I've had to add a little bit more paint, or, you know, extend the swoosh out a little bit further so the flower looks neater. But it's just a matter of playing until you get what you want. Yeah, another one there. So I just do them 4, then I do these 4. Just like that. Now, oh, I didn't mention, this is the Montmartre pouring paint. Now see, just bring it in like this. Huh? Now your flowers may need to be a little bit more wider, like your swishes in your flower might need to be a little bit wider. So if they do, just pick up a little bit of extra paint, just gently put some down. Don't squash it down because you're going to end up making a mess everywhere. And then just, yeah, widen them out like that until you've got a petal that you want. Some of them might need a bit extra paint because they're a bit translucent. Yeah. A little bit more paint there. Hope this is helping everybody. And we're just dragging him down. You just keep going. It's a slow process, especially when you're learning. Don't expect it to happen overnight because it's not going to. I've only just started doing these flowers since I've started doing the canvases, which are not really my thing. Canvas is not really my thing. I don't enjoy flat surfaces as much as I enjoy the curved ones. I don't know why, I've just got a thing for the, yeah. And if you know, you can turn it around like that. Turn your object or your canvas or whatever around. And just keep fixing it up until you've got, you're happy with your flower, yeah? Oh, see, a bit extra paint there. Dragging it down. It all takes time and it all takes practice. Anyway, we'll leave this for a minute. See? Not perfect, not by any means. And it takes me time to do it. We'll move on in a minute. I'll show you the happy dotting tools, which I love. I don't use them as much as the ball tools and this tool. This tool, I love this tool. I use it a lot. And my little micro dotting tool here. You just keep doing that until there you go. See? Nice flower. Very pretty. And then you wait for them to dry. Grab one of your flat happy dotting tools in the size that you want, and you put your centre in and you've got a flower. Righto, we'll move on. We'll grab one out. Hang on, I'll go out for a minute. Righto, so these are the happy dotting tools. I don't have the little thing to put them all in. I have got some other tools in here that you would have seen me use in some of my other stuff. They're the memory keeper tools. They've got the petal tool. This one here, they've got the petal tool on them. I use them from time to time with things. I really like them, but they're really hard to get. They go out, I think it's Craft Online is the only one that stocks them, and they go out of stock really a lot. I was lucky to get them when I got them. So we've got our happy dotting tools here, and I love these tools. They're really good. They're a full set of all different sizes, easy to use. See, mine are very dirty. They need cleaning, but anyway, for this it'll work. It'll be fine. I'll give it a clean later. Okay, So as you just seen, just dipping the end. Getting a nice little drop on the end of it. That's all you need, nice little drop. Just like that. And hang on, we'll go back in. It's hard to show you, but we're just touching the surface. We're not pushing down, we're just touching the surface and giving, see how we've got a well? Little well of paint in the middle. Yeah? That's what you want. You don't want to grab your tool and go push down like that. And especially, I mean, you're going to get a massive dot out of it. You're going to make a mess. I'm using like fairly good paint, so it didn't end up making them jagged edges and everything. But with thick paint, if you're pushing down hard and it's not the right consistency, it's going to make a mess of the dot. But yeah, so it's just dip it in, like I showed you, just on the tip, and just dotting gently, push down, lift up, just like that. Yeah. Well, I think that'll do for now. I think that sort of gives you the gist of how we go about using our tools. If I've forgot anything or you want to ask questions or whatever, all good. Just, yep, inbox us in the group chat and I'll, give you the rundown. This is what we've been using, the pouring paint. This is the one I bought yesterday, the packs, and they're so good. Such a good consistency, such great colours. I'm actually going to leave these ones to dry and see how they go, because I want to, the pink, in anything that you buy, it's very hard to find a pink that doesn't dry dark. So I'm interested to see how this pink dries. I'll have to, I will show you all. I'll put it up in a post or something. My flower that I did for you. Okay. Well, I hope that helped. And I'll see you on the next one.